The coastal village of Oost-Duinkerke is the last place in the world where the centuries-old traditions of horseback shrimp fishing is still practiced. The fishermen and women's proximity to the coastal waters has made them frontline witnesses of how climate change is altering the ecosystem of the North Sea.
On Belgium's far western coast, traditional horseback fishers are seeing firsthand how climate change is altering the ecosystem of the North Sea. They report catching less shrimp, but more weaver fish and squid, traditionally found further south.
We have less shrimp catch than we used to, but we also have more weavers and animal species that you didn't see here before, which come from the Atlantic as the water warms up.
The coastal village of Oost-Duinkerke is the last place in the world where horseback shrimp fishing is still practiced. Fishermen like Gunther van Bleu ride horses through shallow waters. As the horse walks, the chain drags over the sand and creates vibration that causes the shrimp to jump into the net.
The best period to fish for shrimps used to be from September until December, when it starts to freeze. What we see now is that we get the best catches later in the season. I guess that there is a link with the climate change, because the water and the temperatures we live in have warmed up.
That rise in temperatures has disrupted traditional seasons for the small horseback fishing community. NASA says oceans have absorbed 90% of the global warming that humans have caused in the last few decades. In the North Sea, surface temperatures have increased by around 0.3 degrees Celsius every decade since 1991. And while shrimp populations fluctuate during short-term changes like heat waves, some species traditionally found further south have now moved north into Belgium's warming waters. Elias Emouri is a marine ecology researcher at Ghent University.
So for some species we see higher abundances. For example, the weavers and the squid, like cuttlefish, they have been found to increase with the warmer water temperatures. For shrimp, we also see this trend, but these coincide with heat waves that have been observed to take place in the North Sea.
Other species have fared worse. North Sea cod populations, for example, have plummeted since the 1980s, which scientists attribute to rising sea temperatures and overfishing.
For me, this is quite alarming, because at this rate, we see that a lot of species cannot cope and either migrate or go extinct. And if species go extinct, our food web will be impacted, which has consequences for us.